I'm River Gibbs. When young people in my generation want some entertainment, all we have to do is go to the internet, or maybe see a movie, or check out the 300 channels on our cable TV box. But when my grandparents were young, aside from reading a good book or spending Saturday at the movies, the best way to have fun was to listen to the radio. During the next hour, we'll turn back the clock and hear the old-time radio shows young America liked the best. Every junior high school boy worth his salt was a big fan of Captain Midnight. The show, a radio serial, began in the late 1930s at a large Chicago radio station. Records were pressed at the station after the original show was done live. These discs were distributed to stations in the Midwest. Eventually, the show would go national when the company making Ovaltine dropped a low-ranking young people's show, Little Orphan Annie, and picked up Captain Midnight. And, as they say, the rest is history. Now, from 1940, the first of two classic episodes of Captain Midnight, as later sponsored by the Skelly Oil Company. We'll follow that up with another quarter-hour show from the Captain Midnight series. Later, we'll hear another quarter-hour series, this one starring a magician who is also a detective. Now, back to 1940 and Captain Midnight.
The Skelly Oil Company presents Captain Midnight. Captain Midnight, brought to you 5 times each week by the Skelly Oil Company, Skelly Jobbers and Dealers. Skelly, as you know, was the originator of tailor-made gasoline, the famous Skelly Aeromax, gasoline that's weather right for your car. But now, I have something to say for the Skell Gas Company, which is a part of the Skelly Oil Company. And I want all you fellas and girls who live out beyond the city gas mains to pay particularly close attention tonight, because this is the last time for many, many weeks that I'll have an opportunity to tell you anything about Skell Gas. Skell Gas, as you know, is not gasoline. Skell Gas, spelled S-K-E-L-G-A-S, is rich, pure, natural gas, compressed in strong steel containers and delivered to your home by your local Skell Gas dealer. Used with a modern Skell Gas kitchen range, Skell Gas is the ideal fuel for those who live beyond the city gas main. It brings you all the convenience and comfort and cleanliness of city gas service. It banishes the dirt and drudgery of kitchen fire tending. And the best part of it is, Skell Gas actually costs less than you're probably paying right now for troublesome, wasteful, old-fashioned fuel. So tell your dad and mother about Skell Gas. Tell them you think a brand new modern Skell Gas kitchen range would be an ideal Christmas present the whole family will enjoy for years to come. And tell them this, too. Your Skell Gas dealer is making an amazing free Christmas gift offer. He's giving a beautiful 57-piece set of color dinnerware with every Skell Gas kitchen range he sells this week. This gorgeous 57-piece set of color dinnerware has sold in leading stores for as high as $14.95. But your dad and mother can get it absolutely free if they order their new Skell Gas kitchen range before Christmas. So fellas and girls, here's your chance to do mother and dad a real favor. Tell them about this amazing free Christmas gift offer your Skell Gas dealer is making this week. Tell them they can see both the Skell Gas kitchen range and the big free 57-piece dinnerware set at their Skell Gas dealers tonight. And now to Captain Midnight. The famous pilot does not know that his flight to the Aztec Temple is exactly what Ivan Shark has planned. As our scene opens today, it's in the middle of the morning, shortly after the party's arrival at the temple. Pebbles and Patsy Donovan have been on a tour of exploration, and as we find them, they're standing on the west side of the temple, on the edge of the jungle. Patsy has just discovered the presence of footprints on the flagstones near them. Listen as Pablo explains.
See, Patsy, they are the footprints.
I was sure they were, but I couldn't believe my eyes.
These men have come from the jungle, Patsy. I can see that very well, because there's much water and mud in the jungle, and the feet, they get wet. And when they step out on the flagstones, they make them marks for everyone to see.
Lupin, Pebbles, you're absolutely right. Gosh, I wonder how old these prints are. How long ago were they made?
Oh, it is hard to say, Patsy. We do not know.
But gee, Pebbles, we can figure it out. Because of the hot sun, the mud probably dried quite quickly. Whoever made this footprint had a lot of mud on his shoes, and he even stopped to scrape it off.
But how do you know that, mi amigo?
Look over to your left. See that upturned flagstone? It's got a sharp edge, and someone has scraped the bottoms of his shoes on it. See all that mud that's stuck to the edge?
Hot diggity-dog. Your eyes, they do not miss anything, Patsy. Now look close to the water. There are 2 footprints, and then a little bit nearer to us, there are 2 more.
You're right, Pebbles. And look at the first 2 prints. They're both made with the right feet, and they're spaced about 5 feet apart. That means there must have been 2 people.
Yes, Dad, you are right.
The next thing is, are they both men?
But they must be the men, Patsy, for look, the footprints, they are very large.
You're right. Because look, when I put my foot down next to this print, you see how much bigger the print is?
There is one thing more which we must find out. It is most important.
Gosh, Pebbles, what is it?
We find out that the 2 men come from the jungle into the temple. They come in, but do they come out? Perhaps they are still here.
Remember, Pebbles, we've only been at the temple a half hour, and these men could have come in just before we arrived.
Yes, Dad.
But the thing that gets me is how anyone finds their way through the jungle. Look in there. Why, we'd be lost inside of 5 minutes.
See, but there are the men in this country, Patsy, who know the jungle very well. They have to walk in the water and mud, but they keep away from the big holes.
But there's one thing for sure, Pebbles. We've got to tell Captain Midnight about this right away, because it may make all the difference in his plans. Come on, let's go.
In the meantime, 2 men are standing in the passageway below the temple. They are Von Griff, the former chief pilot of Ivan Shark, and the cutthroat known as Lutro, to whom Ivan Shark was selling the stolen Pareda herd. They're talking in low tones. Listen as Von Griff says,
"Well, Lutro, let's get down to business. Make a deal or not?"
My dear Senor Van Grief, I am not a hard man to do business with. You have the knowledge which is valuable to me. I know the country, and I have many men at my command. We can reach the agreement. You do not need to worry about that.
Okay, then, what will it be? I told you about the paraded treasure. It's somewhere in this building. What kind of a split do we make, eh?
Nay, but my dear Van Grief, without me you are lost. You have no men. You do not even have the aeroplane. You could not even find your way to this temple without me. I know all the trails to the jungle, and I also know something about this temple which you do not.
What is that?
You will follow me up the stone steps, and I will show you. It is very, very interesting, I assure you.
All right, Lutro, lead the way.
As you know, this temple was built by the Aztec race many, many years ago. The kings were very clever men, and they knew how to take care of their enemies. I've shown you the chamber in which you hear the water.
Yes, that sure gave me the creeps, too.
That chamber is below the water line of the river. In the old days, when the Aztec emperors wished to get rid of their enemies, they put them in that chamber, then they closed the stone door. Now we are at the place. I will show you something.
Shall I strike a match?
Now I have the flashlight. Now then, you see it?
Yes, I see. 2 iron levers. What are they for?
This one on my left closes and opens the stone door into the water chamber. This other one on my right opens the hole at the other end of the chamber, where the water from the river comes in.
Oh, that's the trick, eh? The chamber can be flooded.
Yes, mi amiga. It is very bad for the prisoner in the chamber. The water, it comes in little by little, and very slowly it rises to their ankles and then to their knees, slowly upward until the water touches the ceiling.
And the prisoners can't get out, eh?
Yes, senor, that is the idea. Very clever, do you not think so?
This is something that Ivan Shark would appreciate very much. Listen.
What is the matter, mi amigo?
I wonder if Ivan Shark has found out about the paraded treasure. He was just about to get that Dolores Pareda to talk when I left.
If he has found out about it, mi amigo, you can be sure that he will be here very soon.
Yes, you're right about that. Shark doesn't miss any opportunities.
But now, my dear Van Grief, about our agreement...
We'll go over that in a few minutes.
All right. Now, let us go out to get the breath of fresh air. I do not like to be in here for a long time.
Okay, let's go. Just as soon get out of here myself. But we've got to come back again and see if we can find that treasure.
Now then, we come out to the fresh air. We will go.
What's the matter, Luthor? What are you looking at?
Look, mi amigo. Look through the casement in the wall. Who is that?
Captain Midnight. That's who it is.
El Capitan Midnight. The gentleman you were telling me about.
Yes, and he's the one man in the world Ivan Sharp is afraid of. He pretends he isn't, but I know better.
Well, mi amigo, this becomes very interesting. If Captain Midnight is here, perhaps Ivan Shark will come too.
But Captain Midnight has cut off our retreat.
Who is the girl and the boy with him?
The girl is Patsy Donovan, but the boy... At first I thought it was the one called Chuck Ramsey, but now I see it is not.
Look, Von Cleef. They have discovered our trail. See, they look at the footprints on the flagstone.
Will you know this place? Isn't there some other way we can get out?
Wait, mi amigo. Let us watch this Captain Midnight. I am sure we will find out something about it.
Yes, you're right, Patsy. I see the tracks of two men. They came out of the jungle and went toward the temple.
See, El Capitan. But we do not know whether the men are still in the temple or not.
They could have come back. And if they did, their feet wouldn't make any prints.
That's right. They'd be dry by that time.
It must be the men of Ivan Sharp.
Well, that's possible, Pebbles. But let's not jump to conclusions. There must be others who know about this temple.
Look, the prints lead straight toward that doorway leading into the western courtyard.
We'll follow them as far as we can. But keep behind me, you two.
See, El Capitan Midnight.
I'll follow right behind Pebbles.
All right, come on now. Let's start. Well, the prints are clear up to here, but they're getting fainter very rapidly.
I'm beginning to think that whoever came in must have gone back out. The mud in those prints down by the jungle was almost dry.
Well, that's pretty hard to say, Patsy. But we may be able to see some sign on the other side of the door.
We come to the doorway now. These men, they could have gone in many different directions.
But look, there's a doorway straight ahead on the other side of the courtyard, which leads into the temple proper. If anyone wanted to go into the temple, that's the one they probably would use.
Yes, I think you're right. Now listen, you two stay here. I'm going to that door and look inside. If I don't come back within 5 minutes, run and get the others.
He enters the courtyard now.
The boy and the girl are staying behind. This is very excellent.
Get your gun out, Luthor. Here's where we do some business, and we'll do it quick.
You do not like this El Capitan Midnight, no, it's Varadin.
You bet I don't like him. He's caused me plenty of trouble in the past. Next to Shark, I hate him more than anybody else in the world. And this is my chance to get rid of him.
But, mi amigo, think for one moment. El Capitan Midnight, he would like to catch Ivan Shark. Very good. Suppose we help him. And then after he has caught him, then we get rid of them both.
I believe you've got something there. We'll do it.
Well, Captain Midnight is approaching a doorway, and sudden death lurks in the shadows behind it. When he sees Von Grip, will Captain Midnight's hand dart toward his gun? If it does, but see for yourself what happens in the exciting adventure tomorrow. Tune in to Captain Midnight. Now remember, tonight is absolutely the last time I'll be able to remind you about that amazing free Christmas gift offer at your Skell gas dealer. So be sure to tell Mother and Dad about it tonight without fail. Everyone who lives beyond the city gas mains will appreciate the comfort and convenience of cooking with Skell gas, especially with the beautiful new modern Skell gas kitchen range. It would be extremely difficult to find any other Christmas gift that would mean more to the whole family. But remember, there's a special reason for ordering that Skell gas kitchen range this week. Your Skell gas dealer is offering a beautiful 57-piece set of colored dinnerware that has sold in leading stores for as high as $14.95, absolutely free with every Skell gas range ordered before Christmas. So tell Mother and Dad to see that new Skell gas kitchen range and that beautiful free 57-piece set of dinnerware, both on display at your Skell gas dealers tonight. If there is no Skell gas dealer near you, write to the Skell Gas Company, Kansas City, Missouri, for full information about Skell gas, spelled Skelgas. And don't forget, tune in again tomorrow, same time, same station, for further transcribed adventures of Captain Midnight. Brought to you by the Skelly Oil Company, Skelly Jobbers and Dealers. Until tomorrow, this is Don Gordon, your Skelly Man, saying goodbye and happy landing!
Now the second of our two Captain Midnight episodes.
The Scully Oil Company presents Captain Midnight. Captain Midnight, brought to you 5 times each week by the Scully Oil Company, Scully Jobbers and Dealers. Scully, as you know, was the originator of tailor-made gasoline. Good old Scully Aromax, the gasoline that's weather right for your car. And now, attention, members of Captain Midnight's new 1940 Flight Patrol. Listen, how many of you fellows and girls are getting together with your mothers to figure out an unusual Christmas present for Dad? Well, if you haven't thought of it before, don't you think it's a swell idea? A special Christmas present to Dad from Mother and you. Wouldn't you like to do that? Well, listen, you talk it over with Mother tonight. And in the meantime, here's a couple of mighty swell ideas you can use when you're picking out that present for Dad. Your Scully man has several fine auto accessories that make wonderful gifts for every man who drives a car. Now, Dad probably spends a good deal of his time in that car of his, and anything you can get him to make driving safer and pleasanter and less fatiguing would certainly make a good Christmas present, wouldn't it? How about a nice warm heater to keep Dad warm on long winter drives? Well, your Scully man has some swell automobile heaters. Why don't you and Mother stop by and see him tonight? Or maybe Dad's car needs a new battery. Well, talk it over with your Scully man, and he'll be able to give you just exactly the kind of battery that Dad should have for lasting, trouble-free service. Another thing every car owner should have is a good flashlight. And better still, it should be carried on a clip right under the steering wheel. Does your Dad have one? Well, you just ask your Scully man to show you his new Copperlight automobile flashlight that mounts on the steering post. Say he can show you lots of things that'll make Dad or Uncle Joe or Cousin Jim or any other car owner a mighty fine Christmas gift. But we're thinking about Dad especially right now. So why don't you and Mother stop over at your Scully service station tonight and pick out a nice big Christmas present for Dad. And now to Captain Midnight. In one part of the old Aztec temple, Ivan Shark and his daughter Fury are waiting to lure Captain Midnight into their power. But somewhere in the temple, unknown to Ivan Shark, are the two villains, Lutro and Von Britt. As our scene opens now, it is approaching the middle of the night. Rain is still pouring down, although the worst of the storm has passed. Captain Midnight, Chuck Ramsey, and Senor Pareda are talking together in low tones near the door of the room which shelters Ma and Patsy Donovan. Listen as Chuck asks,
Captain, do you really think we can get out of this temple safely and get Ma and Patsy and the boys out, too? We men can probably shoot our way out, but with the ladies here, it's going to be...
Listen, Capitan. Chuck's men are probably getting ready to close in.
Yes, I know. Von Griff and Lutro still have to be attended to. We'll have to outsmart them. This storm has caused a bad delay.
Listen to that rain come down. Did you hear that waterfall? It's louder than it's ever been before.
I have never seen so much water come down before me, amigos. Not even when I was a boy do I remember anything like it.
Yes, there's a tremendous amount of water coming down there, all right. I don't like it. The current is undermining the side of the temple. We don't know when everything might cave in.
Oh, my Capitan, that would be terrible. Mi Dolores, I would lose her again.
Oh, no, I don't think the cave-in would extend that far back, Senor. But I've been watching very carefully for any cracks to appear. None have yet.
You think we ought to move the women to another room?
No, Chuck, no, not yet. I wouldn't like to disturb Mrs. Donovan now if we can help it.
My pobre Dolores, she's asleep too. And she needs to sleep so much.
Well, what's the rest of your plan, Captain Midnight?
Now, as soon as the danger from the storm and the water are gone, I'm going to ask Senor Pareda to gather his men together. We'll divide ourselves into 3 groups of 6 men each, and we'll give the temple another thorough search.
Shall I warn my men to be ready, senor?
No, let them rest a little while longer. We'll remain here and watch, and when I think the time is ready, I'll have you call them.
Above the water chamber, in a murky passageway, two men are crouched, talking in whispers. They are Lutro and Von Griff, for whom Captain Midnight and Chuck Ramsey searched unsuccessfully. Let's listen as Von Griff speaks.
We must be careful, Lutro. I'm sure I saw two people in the passageway below.
Yes, Van Grief, there was someone there. But I think they are Captain Midnight's group.
I do not think so. They would not be prowling around at this time of night. We gave them the slip this afternoon. I do not think they will continue to search now.
Be quiet, mi amigo. I think I hear the sound.
Huh? All you hear is that waterfall.
No, it was something else. Be quiet. There is someone below us.
You're right, Lutro. There is someone below.
Be careful, mi amigo. They are coming up the stairs.
Everything clear then, Joey?
Yes, Ivan, I understand perfectly.
It will be most important for you to be sure of the 15-minute interval.
I realize that, Ivan. Your life will depend upon it. After Captain Midnight enters the water chamber, I am to close the door and open the water valve. Exactly 15 minutes later, I am to open the door again. Then, as soon as I hear your voice, I am to close it. Is that correct?
Yes, that is exactly what you must do. Now everything is ready. I shall descend to the water chamber and fire several shots, crying for help at the same time. Captain Midnight should come to investigate. And when you hear him enter the chamber, you will close the door and open the water valve.
Yes, Ivan. I am ready.
I will descend now. Remember, Fury, my life is in your hands. Well, follow my instructions.
You hear that?
See me, amigo. Come this way.
I don't think she can hear us now.
Yeah, my dear Von Grief. This grows more interesting every minute. The man, his voice sounded different, but he must be Ivan Shark.
Yes, you are right. The girl is Fury Shark, his daughter. She's as big a fiend as he is. Now listen carefully, Senor Lutro. Ivan Shark has planned something for his use that we will take advantage of instead.
So, mi amigo. Tell me what you have in mind.
Listen carefully, then I will tell you. If Captain Midnight comes...
All right, Chuck. Come on, the storm is lessened.
Are we going to make the search now?
Yes, and this is going to be a good one. Come down this passageway while I explain my plan.
See me, Capitan. We follow you.
Now, Senor Pereira has 15 men. With the three of us, that makes 18. We'll divide into three groups of 6 each. I'll take one, Senor Pereira the second, and you choose the third.
Listen to that.
What is that, mi Capitan?
Sounds to me as if something has happened upon Griffin Lutro.
We'd better look into this.
Oh, mi Capitan, what shall we do?
Listen, Senor Pereira. You gather your men and protect the women. Send Pablo for Pinky and Slim and have them join you, too. Hold the door to that room at the cost of your lives.
See me, Capitan, but you...
Chuck and I are going to see what's happened. Now, don't worry about us. We'll be back in just a little while.
See me, Capitan, but you must be careful.
All right, come on, Chuck, come on.
Okay. Right with you, Captain.
Come on, Chuck, run for it.
Here. Take my flashlight. You can see better.
Okay, Chuck, thanks.
It sounded as if it came from straight ahead.
Yes. Yes, you're right. There it is again.
It sounds as if someone was getting killed.
We'll find out in a jiffy.
Well, look. There's a stairway ahead.
Wait a minute, hold it now, hold it. Don't take any chances. Wait till I shine this flashlight down there.
I don't see anything.
If anything happens, remember the way back now.
I'll remember.
All right. Down these steps.
Okay. Right behind you.
Easy now. Sounded as though those cries came from right around here.
That's what I thought, too.
Wait a minute. Hold it a second, Chuck, hold it.
What's up? What do you see?
I don't see anything yet. Here, get your gun out quick.
Okay.
Look at that floor. It's wet, but somebody's been walking on it.
Your light's on one of the footprints right now.
Yes, it is. Seems to point toward that door in the rock wall.
Flash a light that way.
I'll do that. Looks like a big stone door.
Gosh. Damp down here. Look how wet everything is. Why, even the walls and ceiling.
Yes, I'm noticing that. I think we're below the level of the river. Wait a minute. Listen to that.
Sounds like a current of water not very far away.
Yes. The river should be just on the outside of these walls.
If anybody came down here, they must have gone through that opening.
Yes. All right, we're going to look into that. Stand aside and I'll throw the beam of my light in there.
Gosh. Long, narrow room. The floor's awfully wet. Why, it even has mud and slime on it.
Do you see anything else?
No, except that I see footprints inside.
Now remember, we can't see all of the room from here.
Maybe. Maybe there's someone lying dead in there.
We're going to find out, Chuck. Hold on, get your gun ready. Who's in there? Who's in there?
I don't think anyone is.
All right, Chuck, we're going in. You stay behind me now.
Oh, look. There's something in that corner.
Let me see. Looks like a man kneeling with his face against the wall.
What?
Come on, we're going to look into this.
He's got something over his head.
Come on, let's step forward, Chuck. Wait a minute, hold it. This is far enough. Listen, whoever you are. Come on, get up.
Look, he's getting up. But he keeps his face to the wall. There, he's turning. Blazing beacons, it's Ivan Shark.
My dear Captain Midnight, how nice of you to pay me this visit. I am very glad.
All right, get your hands up, Ivan Shark. I'm the one that's glad to see you.
Why, certainly, Captain Midnight. Anything to oblige you. As you see, my hands are high in the air. And if you care to examine me, you will find that I am unarmed.
Just a minute, stand where you are. Don't move.
Shall I see if he's got a gun?
Yes, Chuck, while I keep him covered. Go on.
This is the moment we've been waiting for.
All right, what do you find, Chuck?
What? He's got a pistol in his shoulder holster.
I knew it. He never told the truth in his life. All right, take that pistol and come back here.
I've got it.
Now then, Shark, what's the idea? You evidently planned this little meeting. If you did, it's not turning out the way you expected.
I would not be too sure of that, Captain Midnight.
Something about this I don't like, Chuck. Watch that door behind us. All right, Shark. Come on now, step forward and keep those hands in the air.
Why, certainly, Captain Midnight. This is one time it looks as if I will have to obey orders.
Quick, Captain Midnight! Turn your light this way!
Don't move, Shark. What's the matter, Chuck?
The door! The stone door we came through! It's closing on us! It's closed!
Well, Captain Midnight has fallen into the fiendish trap laid for him by Ivan Shark. But there is one thing that Ivan Shark does not know, and that is the presence in the temple of the roughnecks, Lutro and Von Griff. A thrilling climax is ahead. Don't miss it. Tune in next Monday to Captain Midnight. Now remember that swell gift idea for Dad. Skelly Auto Accessories for Christmas. Let your Skelly man help you and Mother pick out a practical gift from Skelly's wonderful line of quality auto accessories. Something that Dad will really appreciate getting for Christmas. Something he'll use for months to come. And think of you every time he uses it. Something, too, that will make driving safer and pleasanter and easier for good old Dad. And remember this, too. When you and Mother stop over at your Skelly service station to see those other accessories, you can also take a look at those swell new Captain Midnight bicycle tires. Boy, oh boy, are they beauties. The clincher balloons are all black. Black as midnight. And the single tube pipe have black treads and white sidewalls. And both kinds have the name Captain Midnight in big raised letters along the side. Say, you'll surely want to see these small Captain Midnight bicycle tires at your Skelly service station. And we hope Santa Claus is listening in, so he won't forget to stop in and talk with your Skelly man about these special new tires that have been made especially for members of Captain Midnight's new 1940 Flight Patrol. Now, don't forget to tune in again Monday, same time, same station, for further transcribed adventures of Captain Midnight. Brought to you by the Skelly Oil Company, Skelly Jobbers and Dealers. What will Von Griff and Lutro do in their efforts to put both Captain Midnight and Shark out of the way? A thrilling climax to this great struggle is just ahead. Be sure to listen Monday. Until then, this is Don Gordon, your Skelly man, saying goodbye and Happy Landing!
An exciting adventure with Captain Midnight. We now turn our attentions to one of the more interesting weekly quarter-hour programs. It's called Blackstone, the Magic Detective. Now, Harry Blackstone was an internationally known magician during the 1930s, but he was not a detective. Casting him in that role was an idea that would cash in on Blackstone's name, with his permission, and set up an interesting concept for a radio show. Each week, actor Ed Jerome, playing Blackstone with a beautiful baritone voice, would tell the audience about a major case he cracked with the help of his assistant, Rhoda. The real Blackstone had a rather plain voice. By the way, his son, Harry Blackstone Jr., would become as well known as his father in the world of magic. He had such a beautiful voice, he was often called upon to do radio commercials. Well, back to the radio show. At the end of each show, Blackstone would explain a simple magic trick that the boys and girls who were listening could learn and perform for friends. We have 2 Blackstone shows for you today, both from 1940. Now our first Blackstone episode.
Magic Detective, starring the world's greatest living magician, Blackstone. He tells you the inside story of The Locked Book. And right after the story, Blackstone will explain tricks that you yourself can perform. Reveal the guarded secrets of the world's greatest living magician. Now, stand by for Blackstone, the Magic Detective. What's this locked book, Rhoda? Don't tell me you're keeping a diary.
Oh, no, Don.
Well, what is it then?
That, John Hancock, is the book for the future.
Well, how does the book work?
Well, here's Blackstone. He'll tell you all about it.
Oh, the book of the future, Rhoda. Well, that's quite a story, Don. It started in a tiny kingdom in Asia, one of those little countries that are so small you can't find them on most maps. Rhoda and I were traveling there, searching out old magic secrets. The ruler of the country, the Mandarin, Napong, heard I was there and called me to him.
I love my people, Mr. Blackstone. Some men, agents from a powerful aggressor nation, have instigated the campaign for me to abdicate in favor of a republic. If this other country has its way, their men will rule my people, and soon they will be swallowed by the other nation.
You want to keep your people free, huh?
They must be free. And I will not let my people throw themselves away because of a few pretty speeches and worthless promises.
What is it you want me to do, Your Highness?
I have great reason to suspect, to know, that there is a plot afoot to murder me. I am an old man, Mr. Blackstone, and I am not afraid to die. But first, before I go, I must know that all is well with the country I love.
If you should die, a republic would be set up?
A puppet republic playing into the hands of Japan. A republic in name only.
I see. I will stay, Your Highness, and see what I can do to help you.
My secretary, Higgins, will give you any help you need.
Look at that man over there, Blackstone. He's drawing in the sand with a stick.
Oh, he's an Oriental sand wizard. Those zigzags he's drawing are supposed to foretell the future.
I wonder what his stick is prophesying.
The stick of the wizard, Miss Brent, is saying that there is danger here for you and for Mr. Blackstone.
Oh, come now, Mr. Higgins. You can't take those hen scratches seriously.
There are many things that one can't explain. Many things. The mysteries of the East? Exactly. Truly, Mr. Blackstone, I would recommend that you and Miss Brent leave here as soon as possible. Mr. Higgins, I am not afraid of the future. I understand it. What do you mean? This locked book that I carry with me holds a key to the future. And I know that no harm will come to the Mandarin, nor to me. Wasan, I'll Blackstone is sitting over there reading his stupid book. Poison that carafe of wine that is to be served shortly. Fool. He can't see you. His back is turned. Be quick about it. The Mandarin will be here soon.
Will you join me in a glass of wine, Mr. Blackstone?
It is written in my locked book that the wine in that ruby carafe is poison.
Impossible.
Drink from another bottle, Your Highness, and send this one to be tested. I think you'll find that my book never lies.
As you say. Another bottle of wine, please.
And now, Your Highness, I'm afraid that Rhoda and I must be on our way.
Oh, you have not accomplished what you set out to do.
Well, sometimes even magicians attempt the impossible. I've done all I can.
I cannot tell you how deeply disappointed I am, Mr. Blackstone.
Before I go, I want to give you a present. My locked book, which foretells the future.
Magic, and more magic. My country has always been mystic, but I had hoped that you from the great outside world would have more to offer than witchcraft.
Open the book, Your Highness.
Very well. Oh, I am beginning to understand. Goodbye, Mr. Blackstone, Miss Brent, and thank you.
Goodbye, Your Highness. And remember to keep the book with you always.
I will. I shall keep it here on my knees, open.
Blackstone, I'm ashamed of you.
Why? What do you mean?
The poor Mandarin needed you, and you gave him a stupid old book and walked out on him.
A magic book, Rhoda.
Look here, I work for you, remember? Don't try to give me any of that.
Well, no matter what you believe, that book has magic powers that will save the Mandarin's life.
I'll believe that when I see it.
And unless I'm very much mistaken, you'll have a chance to see it in a very little while.
But if we're leaving...
We're not leaving right away. Come with me.
Oh, where are we going?
We are going to hide outside the throne room in a little alcove I found. Follow me and be quiet.
I don't get this.
Never mind. You will later on. Now, here's the alcove. Now, with these draperies across the entrance, no one will see us.
Where's the throne room, Blackstone?
That door over there leads in back of the throne.
Oh, look. There comes Higgins. Oh, I hope he doesn't come in here.
No. No, he's going by.
He's going into the back door to the throne room. I wonder why. He generally goes in the main door, doesn't he?
Quiet now, Rhoda. Quiet.
He's gone in. Oh! What was that?
The Mandarin. Come on.
Mr. Blackstone, thank you for the magic book.
Well, Mr. Higgins, you didn't know that I'd given my magic book to the Mandarin, did you? And that the book would be able to foretell the exact moment you were planning to stick a knife in his ribs. You may have me, Mr. Blackstone. The country I work for has other agents. You can never stop us from taking over the Mandarin's country. Never. In the magic book, it is written that the people of this country will regret their faltering allegiance when they hear of the attempted murder of their beloved ruler. Once again, the magic book tells the future.
But how did the book foretell the future? How could it?
Hand him the book, Rhoda. Let him see for himself.
One of the pages is missing, and there's a thin sheet of mirror in its place.
Exactly. So you see, it's perfectly possible to foretell the immediate future when it's standing in back of you by simply glancing in the mirror.
Yes, but what about your saying that the people of the Mandarin's country would become loyal again?
That was just guesswork.
And psychology. It worked, too.
So another mystery was solved by magic. Well, Blackstone, have you got a trick for us now? One that we can do.
Well, I've got one today that's really going to baffle you.
What is it?
Hand me that bottle, Rhoda.
It's full. Is that okay, Blackstone?
Empty the beverage into those glasses, will you? And we'll drink it after the trick.
Mm-hmm. Here's one glass filled, another, and a third. Hey, there's about half a glass full left, Blackstone. Should I get another glass?
No, I'll use that for the trick.
What are you going to do, pour it out?
Not yet. Watch. I put the first two fingers of my left hand over the top of the bottle like this.
It looks as though you were trying to hold the liquid in with your fingers.
That's exactly what I am doing.
Just try turning the bottle over. You'll see how well the liquid stays in.
Oh, you don't think it will?
Well, I know it won't. After all, Blackstone, gravity and all that sort of thing.
Well, now watch carefully. I'll hold the bottle over a glass just in case. Now, I press my fingers close together and turn the bottle upside down.
Yes, but you're drawing your fingers apart.
Well, he can't be. The liquid has stopped trickling.
But he is, Rhoda. Hey.
What's the matter?
You're taking your fingers entirely away, and the liquid is staying in the bottle. Well, it's impossible.
Impossible? No, it's just magic. Look closely, carefully, and you'll see that the liquid is remaining in the bottle of its own accord.
It really is, and there's nothing keeping it in.
What if you wanted to get the liquid out of the bottle? Or is this magic permanent?
Oh, that's easy. I hold the bottle upside down above the glass. Now watch when I hit the bottom of the bottle, like this. And there it goes. Right into the glass.
And now, Blackstone, how did you work the bottle trick? What really kept the beverage in it?
This did, Rhoda.
Well, I can't see anything.
Well, look close, here on the tips of the fingers of my left hand.
Oh, I see it now. It's a disc of cellophane.
That's right. I cut it from the wrapping of the cigarette package, using a quarter to measure it.
Why a quarter?
Because it's the size of the bottle top. Then I dampened the cellophane slightly.
So it would stick to your fingers.
That's right. Nobody notices the invisible cellophane when I place my fingers on top of the partly filled bottle. I hold them there and turn the bottom over, like this.
It's beginning to trickle.
Yes, until the top of the bottle gets wet. Then, by gradually spreading my fingers, I actually seal the bottle with the cellophane.
Say, Blackstone, that's amazing. I can't see the cellophane.
Will it always work?
Yes, if you're careful to keep the bottle perfectly upright. But it's best to hold it over the glass in case it slips.
And then?
One good jolt will dislodge the cellophane. So after you prove the liquid can stay where it is, you strike the bottom of the bottle, and there goes the beverage.
That's right.
Right into the glass. Oh, what are you looking for, Don?
Oh, I'm looking for the cellophane disc. It must have gone into the glass, too.
It did, but it's still as good as invisible. Just be careful you don't swallow it when you drink the beverage.
I'll take my cellophane out with a spoon, thank you, when nobody's looking.
A good system if you can find the cellophane. And now you know how the bottle mystery is done. I hope you like that trick, ladies and gentlemen. And until next time, this is Blackstone saying good magic and goodbye.
Be with us next time when the world's greatest living magician, Blackstone, explains more tricks that you yourself can perform. Listen in again to Blackstone, the world's greatest living magician.
Now the second of our 2 Blackstone episodes.
Detective, starring the world's greatest living magician, Blackstone. He tells you the inside story of the Face of Death. And right after the story, Blackstone will explain tricks that you yourself can perform. Reveal the guarded secrets of the world's greatest living magician. And now stand by for Blackstone, the Magic Detective.
See this pistol, Don?
Yes. What are you going to do with it?
Watch and I'll show you. Rhoda, have Don pick 2 cards from that deck there.
Okay. Don, pick a card.
Well, I'll take this one and this one.
All right, give them to me, Don. The King of Diamonds and the 4 of Hearts. Now I load them into this big muzzled pistol. There. And now, Don, watch. This is a trick that will baffle and mystify you. Watch the mirror over there. I'm going to fire the gun at it. Do you see the mirror, Don?
Yes. The cards are there, the ones I picked. And the glass isn't even broken.
Quite a trick, Don, isn't it?
It certainly is. Say, how under the sun did you manage to do it?
Oh, don't tell him, Blackstone. Make him guess.
Oh,
now, Rhoda, come on.
Well, I'll tell you how I first discovered the trick, Doc.
Oh, golly, Blackstone. Remember poor old Abercrombie?
I certainly do.
I suppose you let me in on this, you guys.
Well, it all began when Jerome Abercrombie asked Rhoda and me to come out to see him.
You have known Mr. Abercrombie for some time, I believe, Mr. Blackstone.
Yes, for many years.
Well, I'm afraid his appearance is going to be rather a shock to you.
Oh?
He's over 80 now, and odd.
How do you mean, odd?
He always was eccentric, you know, in his fear of strangers, his fear of modern business methods, all that sort of thing. And now, in the last years of his life, he has settled into something almost amounting to insanity.
You mean he's lost his mind?
I'm afraid of it. I'm very much afraid.
Well, I'm very much surprised at this gentleman. He was always eccentric, yes, but he had a will and a mind as strong as any I've ever known.
It's broken now, Mr. Blackstone.
Well, may I see him? After all, he sent for me, and I...
Oh, yes, I'll tell him you're here, but I wanted to prepare you for a severe shock. I'll call him now.
Do you really think that Abercrombie has lost his mind?
I don't know. He sounded very excited when I talked to him on the telephone, but not insane. Not insane at all.
Mr. Abercrombie will see you now. This way.
Thank you.
Mr. Blackstone and Miss Brent, Mr. Abercrombie.
Hello, Blackstone. Hello, young lady.
Hello.
Well, shut the door and leave us alone, you old fool. Sometimes I think poor old Chatham's getting naughty. Yes, I do. Not right in the head at all.
What did you want to see me about, Abercrombie?
See you?
Yes.
See you? Did I want to see you?
Why, you called me this morning and asked me to come out. Remember?
Dear me, did I? Well, now, what was it? I wonder, Oh, I remember. Mr. Blackstone, come here and listen carefully.
Of course.
I think I'm going crazy.
Abercrombie?
Yep, it's true. Yep, crazy as a hoot owl. Look at the way I'm taking it. Calm. Kind of interested in the whole thing.
Oh, well, look here. You must have some reason for this odd belief of yours, Abercrombie.
Have. Darn good one, too.
Oh, what is it, for goodness sake?
I see faces.
What do you mean?
I see faces.
Well, what kind of faces? Where?
In the mirror. See that mirror over there?
The one that looks as if it should be over a mantel?
Yep, that's the one. Well, when I look into it, I see faces.
Why, that's your own face, Mr. Abercrombie.
It's not. I've had my own face for darn near 90 years, and I guess I know it when I see it.
Well, what did you call me in for, Abercrombie? If what you say is true, if you really are crazy, you ought to have a doctor, not a detective.
No. Don't want doctors fussing and fuming around the place. Don't hold with them. I want you to find out for me if I'm really batty.
Yeah, but a doctor is...
No doctors. Want you to find out for me if there's any funny business going around here.
Just what do you mean by that?
Well, I got those rubies hid around here, you know.
Rubies? What rubies?
Mr. Abercrombie has a collection of rubies that he got while he was in India. They're supposed to have come from some ancient temple, I believe.
Not supposed to. Blackstone did. I got 'em all legal and everything. Some say I stole 'em. Didn't, though. Paid for 'em.
Well, what connection do you think the rubies have with your seeing faces in the mirror?
Well, for a detective, you're asking a lot of questions. Nabbit, Blackstone, go and detect.
Now, one more thing. Where are the rubies hidden?
Oh, no. You can't worm that out of me. I got 'em hid. There ain't nobody who can find out where.
How old is this house, Abercrombie?
What's that got to do with the price of rice?
I just want to know.
Well, it was built in 1791. Mighty old, ain't it?
Been in your family all that time?
No. I bought it back 10 years ago, just after I got home from India. Well, Blackstone, you go and detect. I'm going to take a nap.
What on earth are we going outside for at this hour of the night?
There's something funny here, Rhoda. Do you realize that this house is very old, and yet there aren't any fireplaces?
Well, I guess they must have been boarded up.
Seems odd, but there must have been. Look, Rhoda, you go back in the house and talk to Abercrombie. I'm going to climb up onto the roof and see what I can find out.
You're supposed to be finding out about faces in the mirror, not why an old house hasn't got any fireplace.
I know what I'm doing, Rhoda. You go back and talk to Abercrombie.
Well, all right. Good luck to you, boss. Mr. Abercrombie?
Yeah?
Can I come and talk to you?
Sure.
Seen any faces lately?
No? You don't believe or really see him, do you, my girl?
Well,
That's the woman for you. Always doubting.
Oh, that was a shot. I'm going to find Blackstone. Blackstone! Blackstone!
I heard a shot. It was Abercrombie, all right.
Come in here, you two. Come in, come in.
There was a shot, Mr. Abercrombie.
I know it. I heard it. What was it? Who was shooting? Anybody hurt? Answer me, you two.
We don't know, Mr. Abercrombie. We've got to find Blackstone. He may be hurt.
Well, now, take it easy. Don't get hysterical like all women do, Rhoda Brant. Look in the mirror. You do get him.
Blackstone!
Blackstone's face in the mirror.
It can't be. He's dead. It's his ghost. I shot him, I tell you.
Drop that gun, Chatham. I've got you covered.
I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy.
What on earth?
Here's my gun, Rhoda. I'm climbing back up the chimney so I won't get cut with this broken glass. Keep Chatham covered. It's his face Abercrombie's been seeing.
But how could Abercrombie have seen Chatham's face and not recognized it? And how could it have got into the mirror anyhow?
The same way mine did, Don. I climbed down the chimney. It seemed odd to me that a house as old as that didn't have any fireplace. I went up onto the roof and found that there was a chimney.
And when he got down to the bottom of the chimney, he found the mirror.
Only it wasn't a mirror at all. It was two pieces of plate glass with liquid mercury between them. There was a button there that cleared the mercury from a small area, and a face could be seen through it.
Chatham had a mask that he wore to frighten Abercrombie.
But why?
Have you forgotten the rubies? They were supposed to have been stolen from an Indian temple, as Abercrombie told us, and hidden somewhere around the house. Chatham was trying to frighten Abercrombie into telling where they were hidden.
And so another mystery was solved by magic.
That's right, Don.
Well, it looks as though Blackstone is collecting match packs.
You mean those match packs lying on the table? Blackstone's going to show us a trick with those.
But they're all different.
Of course they are, Don, and that's part of the trick.
And it's a good trick, too. I know it.
Then we'll let you work it, Rhoda. First, turn around so you can't see the match pack.
All right.
Now, Don, pick up any pack of matches, open it, and look at the matches inside.
All right. Well, I'll take this pack.
All right. Now, toss it on the table with the rest.
There it is. What's Rhoda going to do? Tell me which pack I looked at?
That's the trick. So try it, Rhoda.
All right. I'll pick up each pack and hold it to my head. Oh, that's not the one. Or this one. Or this. Oh, wait. Here we have it.
Let's see it, Rhoda.
The pack with the picture of the airplane on it. That's the one you took, wasn't it, Don?
Why, yes. But there are a dozen packs to pick from. How in the world can
That's Blackstone, Don. He showed me how to work the trick. All right, Don. All set to show you the trick of guessing the right match pack.
Notice anything unusual about those match packs, Don?
Why, no.
Well, you wouldn't notice it, but there is something that you wouldn't suspect. Open a pack, Don.
All right. There's one.
Now, close it.
Oh, that's easy. You just push the flap down into place.
Not the way we do it, Don.
I'll show you what Rhoda means, Don. When we push flaps shut, we push them tight, like this.
Oh, I see. Sticks a little, doesn't it?
It does, and that's the trick.
All of those packs are pressed tightly shut, Don. Now, what do you do when you pick one?
Well, I open the flap, look for matches, and close the flap.
But you don't close it tight, do you?
No, I wouldn't ordinarily.
And that's how I learned which pack you took. Remember how I held them to my forehead, Don?
Yeah, so you could guess which pack I took.
But she wasn't guessing, Don. She was pushing the flaps with her thumb.
And every flap that stuck slightly proved it couldn't be the pack that you picked, Don.
I get it now. When you came to my pack, the flap didn't stick. That was how you knew which pack it was. Say, that really fooled me.
It'll fool anybody, Don. And our listeners will find I'm right when they try it on their friend. I hope you like that trick, ladies and gentlemen. And until next time, this is Blackstone saying good magic and goodbye.
Next time, when the world's greatest living magician, Blackstone, explains more tricks that you yourself can perform. Listen in again to Blackstone, the world's greatest living magician.
Well, that's it. Another episode of the radio shows young Americans love the best. I'm River Gibbs, inviting you to join me next time, right here.